All right, we are ready.
All right, guys, welcome to our Tuesday, August 7th team call. We are so excited to talk to you guys about social media and social media strategies, sort of how we build our business using social media and really, pushing our business forward and making our posts the best that we can. And we have all our tips and tricks of how we have, kind of failed forward with that. And we, have some examples to show you of sort of kind of some things not to do and some things to do. And so we are happy that we could sort of pave the way for you guys a little bit on the, not to do's and show you sort of how we started out and how things have changed and just get going on that. So social media is like a big part of our business, right? Because that's our storefront. That is how we share our story and our journey and show other people what we're doing. So I am going to screen share here. That way we can start our little slideshow here. We've got some slides for you. So the first thing that we want to talk to you about is creating your brand. So your brand is you. If you're a mom, if you are a fire wife, if you're addicted to peanut butter, or if you're a Disney lover, or if you're a dog mom, or for me, farm life, or farmer's wife, or whatever. So those are sort of things. Boy mom is another one. Your brand is you. The things that make you who you are, and those are the things that you want to talk about besides just health and fitness, because you really want to share you. People are there to see you and sort of buy into you as a coach, not buy a product. They are looking for you as their coach. So finding your brand and just writing down some things that you love. Maybe you love to golf, or maybe you love, like I said, peanut butter, or maybe you're a boy mom, or maybe you're a girl mom, or just any of those things. Maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're a teacher, any of those things that might sort of define you a little bit, and that you can share other than just health and fitness. And then consistency is key. Lindsay is going to talk to you guys about that, because she kind of had an epiphany in her business when she started becoming more consistent. So I'm going to let her talk on that real quick here.
Hi, guys. So, like Renee said, she told me from the beginning, consistency and showing up was really important. And I know that when I started out, I was scared and fear. I was, scared of judgment, and I was just scared of what people were going to think. And so why would I want to post all these things? Because I was scared and people are going to judge me like, oh, another sweaty selfie. But when I finally got over the fact that this was about nobody else but myself, you guys, it was a game changer, completely, hands down. When I showed up every single day, it didn't even just change my business, it changed me, because it made myself more accountable it made me more accountable to myself, meaning that when I showed up for myself every day, that meant I got my workout done, I got my shake in, I was following my meal plan for the most part. Obviously we all slip up, but I had something planned, and I read or listened to PD. It was a game changer. My business took off when I started posting and sharing about it every single day, because as much as we hate to say this, social media is the driving force behind our business. And it's 2018, guys. People watch social media all day long, and if they're not seeing you on there, oh, they must have quit. Oh, they must not do Beachbody. Oh, you do Beachbody? Oh, I don't know that. You know what I mean? So people have to be able to see you doing it for them to know what you're doing. And I think when you are accountable to yourself and you're showing up every day, people are seeing that. Then they're starting to get these ahas in their head, like, oh, well, if she can do it every day, like, so can I. I'm almost done. One quick thing. At Summit, somebody said this. Don't hold someone else's future captive because of fear. I'll say it one more time. Don't hold someone else's future captive because of fear. You guys, my coach is Renee. If Renee would have ever shared, I'd be 50 more heavier pounds. I would barely be able to walk, dun, 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 dun. If Leslie wouldn't have shared her journey, Renee wouldn't have been, you know what I mean? Like, it's like this ricochet effect. None of us would be here right now if somebody didn't share their journey and try to inspire somebody else with these passionate things that we're so passionate about because it's changed our lives. And why not share that with others? So posting every day, once or twice a day, using your stories so people know that you're there and that you're doing this and that what you're doing is working because it's changed your life. All right, I'm done.
Yes, it is so true. Lindsay is not the only coach that we have heard from that has said, like, once they started becoming more consistent, not only in their journey, but in sharing their journey on social media, that's when their business really took off. Because again, people don't know what you're doing unless you're showing them. And showing up on social media is important for this business, and talking to people about it is important so that they know that there's an opportunity for them to join in. And so just that consistency is so important in making sure people are aware that you're there for them. The next thing is quality over quantity. So when we first started, we were like told, try to share 4 to 5 times a day on social media. And it was like, okay. So we're like trying to come up with content and think of things to post. And it got kind of overwhelming. And so instead of throwing up quality posts, a lot of the times we would throw up just a quick picture with a quick caption that didn't really add any value to our followers. So really it is about quality instead of quantity. So focus on 1 to 2 posts per day. Definitely show up on your Instagram stories, and we're going to talk a little more about that in a little bit. But quality is really important. Adding value to your followers, giving them tips, showing them why you work out every day. Like if it's for your mental clarity, your, physical, just makes you feel better, all around, like really thinking a little bit about what you're posting the picture about, instead of just throwing, you can post a sweaty selfie, but talk them through that feeling that you had while you were working out, or before you were working out, or afterwards, instead of just being like, okay, hey, got my workout done. Like, talk about your feelings about it so that they can relate to something in that post. And then making sure that you're using clear, well-lit photos, and try not to do borders on it. There's a lot of stuff with like algorithms and stuff like that, which you don't really need to worry a whole lot about right now. But just having clear pictures that aren't blurry. If you have to set it up, if your arms are too shaky, like after this morning's workout, then, set up the timer on it and set it on like a surface where it will hold still. And then again, well lit. I take a lot of my pictures literally just in front of my door and don't even need to use like a filter to lighten it up, because it's just really good natural lighting. So if you have a window in your house and it's got great natural lighting, that's where you should take all your photos, like for sweaty selfies or whatever it is that you're taking. And if not, we're going to show you some great apps that you can use to kind of lighten up your photos, and sort of edit them a little bit like that. Natural lightning. Yes, Leslie. Okay. So let me see, where'd my mouse go? There it is. Here are some of the go-to editing apps that a lot of us use. So Instagram is one of them. That is one that you're already in because you're already posting on there, and they have great editing tools in there. You can use the same filter for most of your pictures. You can lighten it up a little bit. You can create, the word is slipping my mind. What is that called? Like
a collage.
Collage.
Your side by side.
Yeah. Like a side-by-side or collage, you can do that, and it'll take the borders away from you. So like it won't even have borders on there. So like your Transformation Tuesdays, which by the way, if you haven't posted one tonight, post one. Transformation Tuesday post, your side-by-side. And again, it doesn't have to always be, a full body transformation or whatever. Like talk about any transformation that you've had, mental, physical, emotional. Lightroom is another great one. That one has kind of a lot of different options. I personally only use just the light one to kind of lighten it up and might change like the contrast a little, but I don't do a whole lot with that. But there are great videos on YouTube for all of these that will teach you how to do them all. You can find a 5-minute video for, any of them that will teach you how to edit them quickly. And then Pick Tap Go is another great one. I know Logan uses that a lot. I'm not super familiar with that one, but again, some of these you just have to play around with a little bit. And like I said, you can search a quick video, watch it while you're playing around with it, and you can usually learn it real quick. For videos, if some of the girls make those fun workout videos with music, or they speed them up or slow them down, or kind of cut them up, Splice is perfect for that. It's super user friendly. It's easy to do. You just plug in your video and you can go through and edit. And it's really easy. And again, you just have to kind of play around with these a little bit. And then I got to turn this chat on because you guys are like making me like squirrel over here. I can't see it. I'm too ADD. Okay. And then Cut Story kind of goes along with Splice. So let's say you have this video, you've put music to it, you've sped it up a little bit, put it in Splice, and it's ready to go. Instead of having to cut that into little 15-second stories for your IG stories, you just put it into Cut Story and it does it for you. So it'll just cut it into little 15-second increments, and then you can just post it to your stories so you don't have to do that on your own. Word Swag is another really great one. If you're doing like a graphic in the challenge group or things like that, or if you're wanting to create a graphic for your stories to invite to your next challenge group or to the coaching opportunity, that one's really easy to use. It's got backgrounds already in there. You can throw up some words onto it. Interested in my next, what is coaching group? And then point a little arrow down to the message. Like, they're super easy to create those graphics quickly. That way you can advertise for your stories or not your stories, for your challenge group or our sneak peek group for coaching. There are other editing apps. We just wanted to give you a few main ones that we use. Again, it's just kind of going to be personal preference, but definitely it makes a difference when you're posting quality photos. It attracts people a little bit more when they see that it's visually appealing. And we're going to show you, like I said, some examples of sort of some of our older posts and some of what our feeds look like now. And you'll see that we didn't use these apps when we first started, and the difference that it makes when you do sort of, pay a little more attention to that. So I am going to throw it over to Haley, and she's going to talk to you about some social media don'ts.
Awesome. Okay. So we wanted to give you guys some examples of what not to do. And you will see I'm right there. First off, that was my very first post as a coach, you guys. And I'm still here 3 years later. So if you guys have done these things, it's totally okay. But we have learned along the way how to do things better. And social media has changed a lot too. Not saying that was like the perfect thing to do back then, but it was a lot more common. Okay. So some of the biggest like no-nos is Renee likes to call it like a Vanna White selfie, which I think is hilarious, but that's exactly what it is, where you're like, to be, and it's like you're like half your face in like the bottle, or whenever it's old school DVDs. And I can't tell you, I mean, they just picked one to put on here, but all of them, it was like Body Beast and size and like all those flipping DVDs I had to have. I thought I needed them 2 inches from my face, or actually touching my face. That's not even 2 inches from my face. Shakeology, I mean, we encourage you guys to talk about Shakeology, and here in a minute we're going to talk about what to do, but it's not necessarily a great idea to have your Shakeology next to your face in every single picture. I mean, Lindsay looks super cute, But a lot of times people are going to see that Shakeology and just be like, keep scrolling. At least turn it around. Like if you want to do that, at least turn it around. So another one, don't just post sweaty selfies or food posts. So you see like Jessica's old food feed here. It's like, wait, is this a person? Oh wait, there is a family one. It's all food. It's none of her. Renee's has a lot of sweaty selfies and a lot of food posts, which is awesome. But like, I don't know anything about her there except she likes to eat and she likes to work out, which I mean I could jive with, like that's my kind of person. But we'll show you some feeds that look better now, that give kind of like the whole well-roundedness of us. Another not to do is don't use product or program graphics. So is that Leslie's and Renee's down there, I think. And we've all done it. And the thing is that Beachbody gives us great graphics that we can use, but don't. Because like Renee said in the slide before, like this is about branding you. You are not Size or Country Heat or 80 Day Obsession or Lift 4. As much as we love them, we are not Beachbody. I mean, we are, right? I am Team Beachbody, but you are you, and people are going to come do this, sign up with you because of you, not because you posted a picture of Autumn or because you posted a picture of Joel. Okay. So I don't even know what is said in those posts, but if I saw that, I would probably just keep scrolling. Now, if Renee would have put a different picture with that of her like being super excited, like, you know, even just like an excited picture, it doesn't matter. If it was her, I may have started reading it a little bit more. Same thing with Lindsay's, like 80 Day Obsession. Like whenever you're talking about 80 Day Obsession, share a transformation or share one of your workout moves or something. But you don't want to like make people just keep scrolling because you got a bad picture. Okay. And it's not, we'll touch on this later too, but I do want to say, you know, all those apps and all that kind of good stuff are really, really important. Like don't brush them to the side. But if you are spending so much time editing and figuring out how to cut your stories and figuring out, that is a lot of time you could have been spending inviting people. And that's the most important thing. Okay. But your social media is your storefront. Okay. And so you want it to look appealing. You want people to know what you are doing. You want people to know what you look like. You want people to know a little bit about you by just looking at that first scroll. So now I'm going to pass it over to Jordan, and she's going to talk about things to do.
Oh, kidding. We have a few more don'ts.
JK, we have another don't. Okay, so some more. No sales post. Okay, and this is where it comes into play, where it was very different 3 years ago when we started. The curiosity marketing, which if you guys haven't heard of that term, essentially what that is you want to put enough information out there that gets people curious and what we are doing so that they ask questions, but not enough to where they can be like, she's holding up 21 Day Fix. I'm going to go Google 21 Day Fix. I'm going to go to Amazon and I'm going to buy it myself and do it on my own. Okay. Or Shakeology. I'm going to go Google Shakeology. I'm going to go buy it on my own. Like size. And instead, like, we're going to talk about what to do, but you know what I mean? Like, and I told, I think Ashley this the other day when she was, you know, wanting some help with her coming out post, and it was a perfect post, but she specifically said Lift 4 and she specifically said Beachbody. And so just a few things, a few tweaks in her wording changed her entire post to where you give enough information that makes them curious to ask questions. Okay, so none of that Logan and Leslie are doing over there, because I never did that. Just kidding, I did it all the time. Okay, something else, you guys, do not copy and paste other coaches' posts and use the like verbatim. We have an incredible team here, and we are here to help you guys. But copy and pasting is not okay, because if I said something and Leslie copied and pasted it and put it in her post, people would be like, who is that? Like, that doesn't sound like Leslie. And where are all her flipping emojis? Because I don't use emojis and she does. So you want to take a post that you see of Leslie's or Logan's or mine or whatever that you love and that speaks to you, take it and make it your own. Okay? Use them as inspiration. And obviously, yes, we have been making posts for 3 years and we've learned along the way. And maybe you feel like we're better with words, which I beg to differ. Your words are going to be the best words. I promise you that. But use it as inspiration. All right? No copy and pasting, but always feel free to look at what we do and use that as something to spark some inspiration for a post for you.
Okay, now it's Jordan's turn.
Now it's Jordan's turn.
Now it's my turn. Okay, so we talked about the don'ts. Now we're going to talk about the do's. And just to touch on like the old posts. So I was at work today, so the girls didn't get any of my screenshots because I was at work, so they didn't get them. But holy crap. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about some of the stuff I did, and I'm like, oh no, that's so bad. So anyways, okay. So a couple that we have on here, Renee did sneak over and snag one of mine herself, but engagement boosting posts. So these are going to be posts that sometimes have nothing to do with health and fitness, have nothing to do with working out or anything like that. Like mine on here, when we went to Mexico, I said, hey, I need help picking out a swimsuit to wear. So I got a ton of engagement on that post. I posted a while back about needing to get a new car. So please help me out, and give me your best ideas for a family sized vehicle. You guys, I had like over 200 comments on that post. I was like what just happened? Okay. So you have to talk about more than just health and fitness in your life. People want to know about you, not just that you're into health and fitness. So
they love to give advice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. They love to give advice, but people also love to show love. People want everybody else on social media to feel like, whether they are or aren't, they want everybody to think that they're good people. So this is where I'm going with this. So when I had my miscarriage in the beginning of the year, I posted about it. I didn't keep it to myself. I posted about it. I got so much love on that, and on Facebook, where that's great. I love people commenting on my stuff, but that also like shoots your stuff back up into their feed. And more often, the more people that keep commenting on your posts, it's like a revolving door. If they keep commenting, it's going to pop your stuff back into their feed even more. Hold on, let me see what we got over here. My screen's hidden. And then posting clear and bright photos. This was huge for my Instagram. If you go back and look through my Instagram page, you can clearly tell when I decided to go from a dark filter that I thought was just so freaking cool and made my Instagram look so cool to switching to lightening my photos. It was like literally night and day. And I get so much more engagement on my posts now that they're bright and fun and stuff like that. Logan's, even hers are a lot more brighter now, even more than they used to be. But I will never forget this post. It was one that like sucked me in of Logan's. It was an engagement post, but she was talking about like fingernail polish. like before I became a coach, and I was like, I want to be friends with her because I really like that nail polish and I really think that we would be good friends. I'll never forget that. So
I don't think you've ever told me that. That is so
yeah, it was it was red fingernail polish, and it was in the winter around Christmas time. I will never forget it.
I can remember like doing that post because I stand right over here in front of my laundry room door because there's good light, and the laundry room door is like an off-white, and so I can stand there and like put my hand like, so it's kind of got the like bright background, you know, and the nail polish, and I can remember it totally.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, posts like that, you guys, it had nothing to do with health and fitness, but it snagged me because I was like, we're the same person, so I know we would be good friends. So so the next thing we have on here is transformation posts at least once a week, you guys. The one person that pops into my mind is Emily Favre. She posts a transformation picture like every third post she does on Instagram. Like she does a crap load of transformations, which works for her. You know, posting that many may work for you, may not, but you at least need to do one once a week. That's really going to show people that, you know, how far you've came, how far you're still going, you know, and different things like that. It doesn't always have to be a transformation of you either. You know, you can ask other people to use theirs if you want. And like we mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be a full body. It can be your face. It can be a mindset. It can be, you know, how you've changed as a mom. I've done those before. They get a lot of good feedback from them too. So different transformation posts like that at least once a week. And then coaching and challenge group, call to action, invite posts. These are going to be huge, you guys. These are going to be where hopefully you're getting those fly on the wall people to, you know, kind of come at you or at least message you if they're too scared to comment on your posts. So make sure you're doing call to action posts, you know, once or twice a week, at least too, to get that engagement. And even if it just strikes up a conversation, it might not turn into anything right now, but it definitely could in the future. And it's starting those important conversations that you need to have with these people.
Jordan, give a quick example or two of like what a call to action post would look like at the very end. I didn't put one in there, but.
So a lot of times, okay, so we have found that you, like on Facebook especially, that you can't post like links in the body of your post. So a lot of times we now will be like, you know, like comment with your favorite emoji or comment with like quote, I'm in, or, you know, something like that. If they want more information or if they're interested in what you're talking about or something like that. A lot of times I'll throw in there that they can even message me, you know, if they don't want to comment, because some people are scared for other people to know that they are wanting to start something like this. We've all been there, you know, so just having like giving them something, to do, like an assignment at the end of your post to really, you know, hook them and get them in there, is a good thing to do at the end. And then sharing your struggles. I kind of touched on that when I talked about me posting about my miscarriage. You know, it doesn't always have to be about health and fitness. People follow you on social media because they want to know everything about you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, you know, posting about mom life and posting like Renee posted about, you know, the cabin getting broken into, me posting about my miscarriage. Leslie posts about co-parenting. You know, these things have nothing to do with health and fitness, but they have everything to do with you, and you're sharing yourself with these people because they want to get to know you. One big thing though, if you are going to post something, like if you're feeling down or negative or something like that, try not to dwell on the negativity part, but more so on how you turned it around into a positive. You know, you can post like in the beginning about how you had a bad day or, you know, whatever went wrong, but this is how I fixed it. And this is how I changed my mindset around what happened. And this is how I'm going to make it a better situation. That's going to be huge for your more negative posts. Cause you know, we don't like seeing negative Nancy's, right? And then like this shake post over here. I love these. They're just so gorgeous. They're not like the Shaco that we talked about earlier, but it's like the curiosity marketing, like Renee said. What is that? That's a pretty jar with something fruity in it. So what the heck is it? Well, I'm going to message her because it looks really good. You know, if it said Shaco on, I'd be like, bye. And she even posted the, like what she had in it. If I read that and I was like, that has cucumbers in it, like, don't even joke with me right now. You know, I'd message her. I'd say, you put cucumbers in it and you drink it. Don't lie to me. So anyways, that's some do's to your social media. But I mean, we've said it already. We'll say it again. Just be you. It's not hard. Don't overthink it. Just, we did a call with somebody, or maybe it was one of us that said it, but if you're making a post and it takes you longer, you know, than a couple minutes to do it, you're like way overthinking it, and you just need to stop and come back to it later, because it should just be, you know, something that you want to talk about, you're passionate about, and you want to share with everybody. So
yes.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, Jordan. And to go along with that too, you know, not overthinking it, but also remembering like post ideas are going to come to you at all times of the day. So if it's not like a good time for you to like sit down and write out a post, use your notes in your phone and go and, you know, either write the idea down or write a few words down that are like with you right that moment, because you might think you're going to remember it later, but you'll probably forget, because I do that all the time. But write it in your notes really quick. Do a quick little rough draft, or at least like the main idea of what you want to talk about, and then come back to it later. And then you can tweak it, adjust it, add your emojis or whatever it is that you want to do. And then you can post your picture with it later. Or, you know, even on like 1 or 2 days of the week, you can focus on trying to come up with some more quality posts. Save it in your notes so that you're ready to post it later. All right, so Miss Leslie is going to talk to you now about IG stories, because she is a rock star at her stories.
Thanks. I love that my Mac is just making me look really sunburned right now because of your pink background. I'm like, why am I pink? But it's just this huge screen. Okay, so back in November, you guys, I needed to move my business forward, to set a goal. I set a goal to get my husband a diamond. So I knew I needed to do something kind of differently in my business, and more aggressively, I guess. And, you know, Logan was using Instagram stories very consistently. That's the magic word tonight. Okay. And I posted Instagram stories every now and then. And, you know, it didn't seem to really do that much for me. So, you know, I wasn't really using them that much. And but I set this goal to get my husband a diamond. And so, you know, I was like, okay, Logan, I really need to get my husband a diamond in like 2 weeks. You guys, 2 weeks. That was my goal. And so I was like, what do I need to do differently? And she was like, tough love girl, you need to be using Instagram stories. Like, that is where I'm finding my challengers. Like, they gain trust with me there. They get to know me. They get to know my personality. I'm inviting them, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I was like, okay, that seems like a lot of work. Okay, fine. So I just decided to jump in and start using Instagram stories consistently. And I have not regretted it since. Okay, you guys, it was a game changer for me. Instagram Stories has absolutely changed my business. And it's funny because I went to New Leader Conference, which is a conference you get to go to when you're a 1-star diamond or above for the first time. I got to go to that with Jessica Turner in like February, I think we went. And I was like doing Instagram Stories like on the street, like on the corner of like cockroaches and stuff. And people are like, what in the hell is this girl doing? Like, what are you doing? I was like, Instagram Stories. And they're like, okay, of a cockroach? Yeah, it's entertainment, people. Like, people like it, okay? And then sure enough, we go to the conference, and what do you think all the top 10 coaches were talking about? Instagram Stories. And what do you know? Logan had already been telling us to use Instagram Stories. So I'm telling you, if you're not using Instagram Stories, you need to be using Instagram Stories, all right? So start using them. And I'm going to skip ahead in her points, but you guys, you should be at least posting 6 times a day. And they're 15 seconds, you guys. Like 15 seconds is nothing, okay? Like 50 people are like 6 times a day, that's a lot. No, it's not. It's 15 seconds, all right? Renee made this amazing PowerPoint for us, and she said to stay between 12 and 15 or under 12 to 15. And honestly, that's probably where I stay. But start to establish that routine, and it will become natural to you. And honestly, it doesn't become time consuming. It's super quick. It will become natural, like she said, and people will start to expect it from you. And if you are here because of maybe Logan or Renee or Haley or whoever, maybe you expected their Instagram stories. Maybe you went every day to watch Logan's Instagram stories. Maybe you crawled into bed at night and was like, oh, I haven't watched Logan's Instagram stories today. Gotta see what's going on, right? Like, you had to catch up. You had to know, like, what happened with Logan today. It's like reality TV, right? People love it. They love it. And not only do they love it, but they get to know you. They get to know the real you. They get to know, like, the highs, the lows, the crap, the real stuff. They get to know how you are as a mom. They get to know your work life, your real life, your coach life. They get to see a little bit of your workout. They get to see how you fit in healthy eating. They get to see you eating on the go. They get to see the balance, that you still have a drink with your friends. They get to see the fun trips. They get to see you still making it work when things are stressful. They get to see you fall on your face. They get to see you forgive yourself, pick yourself back up, and start over again. And they start to think, maybe I could freaking do that too. Okay? And you literally have the opportunity to be in front of them every single day. And you're just going to gain more followers the more consistent you are. The more your face starts to pop up at the top of their Instagram feed because you're engaging on their stories and you're being active on Instagram and your little face pops up on there with that little pretty rainbow around it, they're going to click on it, and you're just going to gain more followers because they know every single day there's your face. Oh, I'm going to go check out her Instagram because I see her face every day. Okay? You have an opportunity to share our products and our programs and create that curiosity marketing that we are talking about with fun little different names instead of using the product names so that you won't run and go Google, or they won't run and go Google them, okay? So you guys have seen them, Unicorn Juice and Go-Go Juice and Mom Fuel and Mom Crack and Superfoods and Sexy Mama Shake or whatever, like there's so many of them. My advice, don't hashtag it. Don't hashtag Mom Crack. Don't hashtag Unicorn Juice because there's probably like 5,000 other coaches hashtagging that too. So if they click on it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go find 5,000 other coaches that are advertising Mom Crack as well, okay? Just create a little bit of curiosity. How many times do you think I have done a video of me doing a shot of Mom Crack or drinking Mom Crack? And you're like, what in the heck is Mom Crack? So many times. So many times. No matter whatever you're calling it, People want to know what the heck it is. And not that you're just drinking it, but talk about it. Like, oh my gosh, this stuff makes me want to clean the house and mow the neighbor's yard. Or this stuff, like, makes me get my workout done. If it wasn't for this stuff, like, talk about why you love the stuff, okay? I need to, like, read. Oh, they Googled mom crack. That's freaking awesome. I have such a hard time talking to the camera. Okay. Dude, it will come with time. You will get used to, like, talking to your people, okay? I promise. You just literally have to think about it like you are just talking to somebody like they're sitting across from you at the coffee shop. You just have to practice. You have to write it. It was super awkward for us at first. It was super, like, I remember being like, what am I doing talking to my phone? I feel like an idiot. And now it's super easy. Megan Wiles, great point. Marco Polo, you guys, this is a great app. Megan has a little video that she did saying that she uses the app called Marco Polo, where you can send videos to your friends, and it gives you an opportunity to practice sending videos where you're talking to your friends, and you get a little more comfortable, like, seeing yourself talk and talking to yourself or whatever. So I think that's a really good tip. So show up at least 6 times a day. Try to stay between under 12 and 15. Just start showing up, okay? Don't worry about the number. Just show up, okay? Share a few of your workout moves every day, okay? Guys, do not be intimidated by all these fancy workout videos and cropping them and making them all cute. Just show them a piece of your workout. Like, it does not have to be sexy, like Haley said, okay? Do not overcomplicate this. They just want to see what you're doing, okay? So Instagram has made this super simple for you. You can add music to it, and you can post it right there, okay? So literally, like, Instagram has made it simple for us. If you want to speed it up, you can use Splice. Another app we didn't mention is HypeType. I'm a big fan of HypeType. That is if someone wants to rate that on the side. So you guys, those are apps that you can share pieces of your workout, give people a little taste of what it looks like to work out at home. Don't just show them. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about why you love working out at home. Talk about how I don't have to put my kid in daycare, or I just rolled out of bed and walked into this room. Oh my gosh, the commute was so hard. I walked 2 steps. Or, oh my gosh, my toddler's crawling all over me, but it doesn't matter. Or, I love that my daughter, you guys, my 6-year-old worked out with me the other day and did all the moves. I'm setting a great example for her. Talk about why you love working out at home, okay? Start sharing. I know, isn't that stupid? That's so weird, Logan. I don't know why it does that. Food, grocery items, meal prep hacks. Find out, like, what your people want to see, okay? You'll be surprised. Ask people what they want to see. Do a poll. Ask them. Say, do you guys want to see more food, or do you want to see more fitness moves? Do you guys want to see, ask them what they want to see. That's a great way to use polls. I've done that. Do you guys want to see healthy recipes, or do you guys want to see like a move of the day or whatever? You know what I mean? Ask people what they want to see. Your people specifically are going to want something different than Renee's people. Does that make sense? Everyone's people are going to want something different. But every now and then I'll show people what I'm eating. I show people what I'm eating every single day. But specifically, like, maybe my grocery haul or whatever, or my, meal prep or whatever. Here's one thing I'm going to say. Don't give away everything for free, okay? So don't, like, post your whole meal plan on there, okay? But say, like, here's what I'm having for dinner. If you want the recipe, let me know. That starts a conversation, okay? Does that make sense? That's a little different. Make sure you're posting stuff other than health and fitness, okay? That's what's going to connect with people. That is where you're going to find people that are like, oh my gosh, she's like me. She's a mom like me. or she's a farmer's wife like me, or a fire wife like me, like we said, or she's weird like me, or she likes concerts like me, or she likes Patron like me, or nail polish, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the littlest things that you connect with people with, you guys. I'm not even kidding you. Like, you will be so surprised, but you will share stories and you will say, does anybody else do this? Or does your kid do this weird stuff too? And all of a sudden you'll get 10 DMs sliding into your inbox like, oh my gosh, my kid did the exact same stupid thing today. How many moms have that happen to them? Like, yeah. So seriously, share funny stuff, share the real stuff, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be real when things are hard. But like Logan had posted, share, what you're going to do about it. What are you going to do about it? If there's no silver lining right now, what are you going to do about it? Okay. And using the features to make your slides fun and interesting. I kind of talked about that along as I went, but using a GIF every now and then, or a hashtag every now and then. Don't make it so over like stimulating that it's like too much. Do you know what I mean? But make it entertaining enough that it's fun. You guys, geotagging. Forbes magazine says geotagging will increase your engagement by like 70 to 80%. Okay? So if you're not geotagging, you need to be geotagging. It's literally how I found Holly on this call. She was following Ashley Molstad and Letitia. And she clicked on Pasco, Washington and found me. So you guys, and every time I start to not geotag, I think I would have never found Holly. So I geotag every single story. Okay, so you need to be geotagging. Like 70-80% is a lot.
Would you explain what geotagging is for?
Oh, sorry. Geotagging is your logo. So yeah, like your city, but you can tag like wherever you are. Like if you're at Starbucks or you're at Disneyland or you're at, wherever you are, like if you're traveling. If you don't want to tag like exactly where you're at, then tag where you were at 2 hours ago. Or tag the neighboring city, or, honestly, you can tag like anywhere in the world, but I read a really cool article that said that you actually will get a lot more engagement from people that are like close in your community, because when people are more apt to like really connect with you that are like, oh my gosh, she lives near me. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, she's in my area. Like, oh, that girl's from my area. Like, which is exactly what Holly did. Like, oh, she's from Tri-Cities too. Like, okay, I'll follow her. You know what I mean? Which she may not have done if she realized that I really wasn't from the Tri-Cities. So I don't know. Anyways, my point is, you guys, Instagram stories has been a super game changer for me in the sense that it's really helped me to build trust with people, in the sense that they got to know who I really was, so that when they finally are ready to start a health and fitness journey, they open up to me about what their needs are a lot quicker. When I say like, girl, what are you struggling with? They feel comfortable talking to me about, their anxiety, because they know I have anxiety too. Or, hey, do you remember how you were talking about this? I really struggle with that too. Do you know what I mean? Because they already trust me. So it goes a long way to like put yourself out there and let yourself be seen, even when you think that not many people are watching. So be consistent. Takes a little time, but it grows. I seriously started off with just 30 people watching my story, and now I'm at hundreds. It will grow. So it will grow for you too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Miss Logan's going to talk to you guys about strategy and some good strategies and post ideas that you can use throughout the week. And I found this little definition of strategy, that it is a plan of action intended to accomplish a specific goal. So the reason we do these posts is to get engagement and, get people following our journey so that we can take action in talking to the people. So Logan's going to talk to you more about posts, and then she'll kind of cap it off and talk to you more about what we do with those posts.
Okay. I have my little missus right here next to me. And usually when I start talking on a call, she feels the need to talk over the top of me because she has things to share too. So we're going to do this together, Missy. So when it comes to sharing on social media, I really, really recommend, especially now since we only have to focus on sharing once or twice a day. Because like they said, like back when I was first starting as a coach, we were encouraged to post like 5 times a day. So trying to come up with enough content to share throughout the day was kind of a little bit of a struggle. But now, since we only have to show up once or twice a day, I really strongly encourage you guys to take the time, maybe on the weekend, and sit down like with your calendar, and you can see the calendar that I share in the team page, so you kind of see what kind of like launches are coming up, what kind of groups, what kind of specials are going on, and you can kind of come up with a plan of what you want to be sharing, because you want to make sure that you are sharing enough of a variety of, talking about the different aspects, making sure that you're sharing like about you and your life so that people get to know you, making sure that you're sharing about the fact that you're on a fitness journey and that people are able to join you on that, making sure that you're sharing that you are part of a business opportunity that people are able to join you in. And because if I'm just kind of, and I'm not a super planner. I'm not someone that lives and dies like by my calendar. I am one that it's easier for me to just kind of post on the fly, but I am so much more intentional in making sure, like when I make sure that I'm actually, kind of like covering a range of topics throughout the week so that people are getting kind of like the full spectrum of what they get from me as a coach and what they can get when they join. So taking that time on the weekend and kind of doing something like this where you kind of plan out what you're going to share about throughout the week, not only is it going to save you in like having to write a post on the fly like 10 minutes before you're trying to post it, but it's just going to like take away a little bit of the anxiety of like, what am I even going to talk about? Because as a new coach, you can kind of get in your head and like, I don't know what to share. You start overthinking it, and then you end up not sharing anything at all. And if you're not sharing anything at all and you're not showing up in people's lives, they're not going to know to join you. And the more that you are present and posting, it just gives that greater opportunity for them to get to know you on another level and build deeper trust with you. And when they trust you, that's when they're going to be more invested in joining you. So that's why we preach consistency and we preach showing up, so that people get to know you before, most people don't just like jump in to something like this with a stranger. A journey, especially like health and fitness, that's a sensitive area of people's lives. A lot of us have a lot of guilt and failure like wrapped up in like past attempts that we've failed at, and you want to join someone that is going to take your hand and help you be successful. So that's going to be someone that you trust, and the way you build that trust is just by showing up consistently. Sorry, I got to move the chat out of the way so I can see this. So this is a little bit of a plan for, a brand new coach, or, if you are just kind of diving into sharing about your journey. Day one is really more geared towards a new is geared towards a brand new coach. But the other days, like, these are examples that all of us can be sharing about in our social media. Okay. So don't overthink and overstress about like your coming out post as a new coach. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Shayna asked what my post looked like when I shared about coming out as like announcing to everybody that I'm coaching now and like kind of what it looked like. So I like went and scrolled all the way back to like almost 3 years ago, and I read it and I messaged her back and I was like, oh yeah, you don't want to do what I did. that goes in the example of like what not to do. But there were some things that I did do that were, you know, positive. Like I shared a transformation photo, but don't feel like you have to have a transformation before you can start sharing about this. Okay. And at the end of my post, like I shared a call to action, inviting people to join me in a group if they were looking for results like what I had found in my group. But other than that, like I name dropped Shakeology and 21 Day Fix and this and that, all things that we like don't necessarily recommend now, just because our news feeds are so saturated with people selling stuff that when people read those kind of trigger words, it can kind of put a wall up where they feel like you're trying to sell them something, which is not what we're trying to do. We're not in the business of selling products to people. We are in the business of making friends and sharing a life-changing solution with them, and so that they can join us on our journey. So as a new coach, especially like if you're doing Lift 4, like I am loving.
Logan, can I read an example of a post one of my coaches just made?
Yes.
Y'all, she's not even really thinking she wants to actively coach. But she was like, okay, so if I get people to do this with me, will that offset my cost for like the website fee or whatever?
I'm on my call.
And I was like, yeah, girl, it totally would. So I sent her like our 10 steps to get started. I wake up the next morning and I'm scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this amazing post she just made? Now, she didn't put a picture with it, but the words I loved. She says, so I consider myself to be in pretty good shape. Obviously, we all have areas we wish we could look better, but I have been watching my cousin on her fitness journey, and wow, she looks amazing. So when she introduced me to a new workout plan she's been doing, I got curious. Then she told me the workout is geared towards athletes and runners. And you guys, I'm planning for a half marathon in October, so this 8-week plan is perfectly timed. I say all this because I know some of my friends are runners or bikers, and this could be right up your alley as well. And I know I do better with accountability. And so if you want to join me, we can be accountable together. The workouts are 4 days a week and under half an hour each, so not a huge time commitment. Anyone interested? And I was like, well, holy crap, that's the best like coming out post I've ever read. But just to go along with what Logan was saying, like just describing the workouts and what you were committing to do. Y'all, she's never done a Beachbody program before. And, and so she's committing to doing this. And I just thought it was a perfect combination of asking for accountability, saying she's doing something, describing a little bit about what it is. And I mean, she's doing a call to action. Anyone interested? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So while you were helping with Lily. Lily's not happy. So just to go along with this day one post, you guys, after hearing like that example from, and I'm the cousin, I'm like her second cousin. I don't even know what our real title is, but I was the cousin in case you were wondering. But publicly committing to this journey is a great way to get started, because you guys, that's a huge part of accountability for myself. I remember when I started, I need to scroll back and look at like some of my first posts, but I don't think I ever really had a coming out post, but just talking about, hey, I'm taking on this new journey. do you want to do it with me? Or share why health and fitness matters to you, why, even though you're a mom of 3, why it matters to you to make the time for the day, to make time in the day to do it, and how you would love to have some accountability partners to do it along with you. Okay. So if you have not done that yet, if you are brand new on here, you've not done it. Ashley Ormson made a great coming out post a couple weeks ago. Hers was great too. If you've not done that, I encourage you to do so, because people aren't going to know what we have to offer. So in this day 2 in this 7-day strategy, we want you to share a takeaway from your personal development. So you guys, first of all, should be doing 10, 15 minutes of personal development every day, whether you're reading or listening. I like to do it when I'm getting ready or in the car. We were on a call the other day, and he was like, you guys, your car should be like an education, what did he call it? Something on wheels, an educational bus on wheels, something. And so you should be listening, doing some type of personal development. You guys, the stuff you're reading in personal development creates amazing content that is going to provide value for the people who are watching. Because if it touched you and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, share about it. Think about how that's going to touch somebody else. Okay. And do both of these. We're talking about 2 posts a day. So if you need help figuring out what to do, then share a post-workout selfie, but with a victory from today's workout. Not just like, hey, got it done. But post a workout selfie and talk about how you lifted heavier today and how you're so excited because you know that being able to lift heavy means that you're going to be able to carry your 5-year-old as long as they want you to. Tie it into some aspect of your life. Okay. Logan, are you good to keep going, or do you want me to keep going?
I'm feeding her right now, so we'll see.
Okay, well, I'll pop in anytime you need me to.
Okay. Are we on to day 3? About a fun, healthy recipe? Okay, so share a healthy recipe. And this is a great kind of post to get engagement. If you share like an example, so tonight in my Instant Pot, I actually like made dinner, which I'm embarrassed to say, but like Harvest has made like actually making dinner like a struggle around here. But I committed to myself, I'm like, I'm going to use this dang Instant Pot and like actually put it to work. So I made this really good like turkey sausage and kale and sweet potato like soup tonight in my Instant Pot. So I'm definitely going to, I probably won't share it tonight, but I took, some photos of the soup in my bowl and it looks really pretty. So I am definitely going to use that and, share something like that on my social media, whether I actually include the recipe in the post and say like, if you have a friend who you think would love this recipe, make sure you tag them. You could do something like that. Or you could say, if you're interested, you could not share the recipe and say, if you want the recipe, comment below or shoot me a message and I'll get you a copy of the recipe. So those are both ways to kind of get engagement on a photo, on a post like that. Plus you're providing value. Like who doesn't want easy, like healthy recipes? I mean, I'm just thinking of like back to school and like how many of us are going to be desperate for like easy, dinner ideas when school's starting to get going and everything. So sharing that kind of stuff, not every single day, but a couple times a week is great value for your followers. Okay. And then share a bit of your fitness story. And this can really be anything. You can talk about the fact that how you used to be like a former collegiate athlete and how fitness has always been a big part of your life. And then after college, you were kind of missing that like team accountability and fitness and the team vibe and everything. and how this journey has kind of given that back to you. You know, a piece of my fitness story that I share occasionally is the fact that I don't necessarily love working out. Like, whoa, shocker. She's a health and fitness coach, but she doesn't like working out. Like, not really. I don't I did not like getting up at 5 o'clock this morning, but, you know, I drank my mom crack and I got it done because I know that the whole rest of my day is going to go better knowing that I got that done. And I know that it's something that I need to do to take care of me, even though I don't necessarily love it. Like, I don't necessarily love Joel beating the crap out of me and let's not talk about how bad my back and my chest and everything hurt right now. But I love the feeling that I get when I'm done. And I love the endorphins. I love that it gives me extra patience to keep up with my 3 little monkeys, depending on what the day throws us. So think about what, you know, is kind of more relevant for your story, because that's what your people, the people that you're trying to attract, are going to relate to. You can share a move of the day from your workout. I used to pretty religiously, a little over a year and a half ago, this was back in the days of, you know, posting several times a day, but I would always post a workout clip of my workout on my Instagram or my Facebook. But my mistake was I would tell people exactly what workout I was doing every single day, 21 day fix, day 5 cardio fix. And you just want to provide, you want to share what you're doing, share some moves so that people can see it and be like, oh, she's just doing that at home and it doesn't take up a lot of space in her living room. Maybe I could do that too. But you don't want to tell them exactly what you're doing, because I cannot tell you how many people came back to me and told me oh my gosh, Logan, I have been doing 21 day fix for 6 months and I've lost 30 pounds and I feel so great. And it's all because you shared, and I just need to thank you so much. And they just did it on their own. They didn't message me about joining me. They saw that I was doing it. So they went and Googled it or ordered it off of the website and became a lead for some other coach. And so just making sure that you're sharing what you're doing, but creating enough mystery that they can't go out and buy it themselves. You want them to message you and ask you what it is that they're doing. And then share a fear that you've overcome, or maybe a fear that you're working to overcome. One of my biggest fears was the fear that I was going to fall flat on my face and fail at this like I had failed at everything else. And that was a very vulnerable post for me to share. But that was the post that sucked in Leslie after she saw me partying in Mexico, drinking too many Patron shots. But anyways, that's a different story. It was the fear of failure that got her to actually reach out and message me for the first time. Day 5, you can share how having the support of a fit community is positively impacting you, how it makes just such a difference having people that are cheering you on every day. For me, getting up and actually doing the Zoom workout with the girls in the morning, hold me so much more accountable than if I am just depending on myself to get it done throughout the day. Share 5 fun facts about you. I love when people do these posts because I always learn something new about them. Kathleen Holm just did one the other day and I was laughing through the whole thing because I was learning all these different fun little facts about her. Day 6, share a win through the first 5 days of your new program. So again, don't name drop, but maybe you could talk about how you are lifting heavier weights, or maybe your clothes are feeling a little bit different or something like that. You're having more energy. Day 7, share a healthy habit tip that people in your life phase would love. So if you're a mom, share mom tips or mom hacks. Share, and then, share a call to action for your first boot camp. So this is where you are actually, stepping out and telling people like Haley shared about in that great example. Maybe if we could share a little bit of her wording in the team page too, I think that would be like awesome, because I loved how she worded it. It just felt very natural and not salesy, but like, hey, I'm doing this and I'm feeling really good. And I would love, like, I just love the mentality of paying it forward to more people. Like, I just want to pay it forward and, you know, help you feel as great as I do too. And if you're brave, you can go live and share why, kind of why you've started this journey, and kind of do an invite that way as well. Dada, I know. If only. If only. So, all social media posts should include a clear, sharp, well-lit picture or video of your happy face with a caption from the soul, because your intention is to connect with people. So one of the best tips that I can give you guys when you are taking that like clear, bright picture of your face beyond the editing like apps and stuff that we shared, and I almost always stand in front of this window right here so you guys get this view of my kitchen. Go look at my Instagram feed if you don't believe me. Take your phone, okay, and like do one of these and wipe off your camera so that it's not blurry, because I know that I always am like transferring my makeup to the little like camera piece right there. Yeah. Or someone like this with little sticky, you know, fingers grabs it, and then I'm like taking photos, and if they're Did I lose you guys?
You're back now. You froze there for a second.
My screen is completely black. I can't see anybody.
Oh, well, we can hear you and see you.
I have no idea. It's so weird. I can see like my mouse, but other than that, the whole screen is completely black.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I can see you. Oh, where'd she go? Now she's gone. She'll probably hop back on. Is she on? I can't see her if she is.
Haley, you want to knock those out real quick?
Yeah.
I think we already did them, didn't we?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we had one left.
All right, guys. So we know it's late. We know we've gone a little past time, but this is just all like so good. And again, just put it into action. Start posting. Don't overthink it. These are all tips. If you can take away even just 2 things to start implementing right away, don't try to implement every single little thing that we told you tonight. Just use this as you go. We're going to post it in the team page for you. But just start to implement things here and there to sort of spice up your social media. And again, don't overthink it. Just post. If you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, well, they said don't do this or don't do this, just post. Because again, you showing up at all is going to be better than you not showing up. So, you know, if you're second guessing it, maybe shoot a message into On Fire Empire and ask, or just post what's on your heart at the moment. And you will tweak and you will get better and you will improve as you go. But it's all about connecting with your followers, paying attention to who's watching you, and inviting. That's why we post, so that people know that there's an opportunity to join us, because we know how much it's changed our lives. And we would hate to not share that with other people, and for them to know that there's an opportunity for their lives to change as well. So thank you so much for taking time to be on here with us. We really appreciate it, and cannot wait to see those beautiful posts that you guys are posting and continue to post. And we hope you have a fabulous night. And I think, like Logan said, we're going to have Haley post. Is it that post about the coming out one, or what was it? Yeah. So we'll just keep your eyes out in the team page for this call once it's recorded and uploaded, and for kind of some post ideas and things like that. And we will be seeing you guys, for those of you that are in the Lift 4 group, if you want to hop on the little happy hour tomorrow night, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you in the team page.
And I will post the 7-day like posting ideas. Like, I'll share that graphic in the team page so that you guys have it to reference.
Yes.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
And if you guys have any questions, just post in the team page and we'll get to you. If you have questions about social media, we don't want to keep you any later because I know people need to get to bed. So we got an early morning workout to do tomorrow. So have a good night, you guys.
Tomorrow's rest day, dude.
I know. I'm going to get up early anyway and do yoga.
Okay, good job. Bye.
Bye, guys.